Going to be going over the Khajiit Nightblade healer. I like to call this my anti-meta healer. Um, Anyone who knows ESO well probably can tell you that generally Khajiits are not one of the races you think of when you think of a healer. And neither is a Nightblade one of the classes you think of when you think healer. So I decided just to do this to have a little fun, and turned out actually pretty good. So this is the Nightblade healer build that I'm using. First things first, I'm going to go through the champion point setup. So I'm running pretty basic healer setup here. Increase crit and healing done. Increases healing done, area effect heals. Increased heals with single target. And increased heals with healing over times. That pretty much is generally the four you're going to use for any healer ever, so pretty basic there. Next up is gear. So, because Nightblades have a really good ulti generation, I decided to go with Sax Heal and Master Architect. So for my main hand, I'm going with Decisive, as I always do for healers, just to help a little bit with the ulti gain. I also went with Crusher on the front bar, just because doing a lot of heavy attacking, why not? On the back bar, I have my increased weapon and spell damage glyph, so I'll get a little buff from that from the infused. The reason I'm not doing pressure on the back bar and that glyph on the front bar is just because I figure tanks are probably going to have that pressure enchant already. Either that or the other healer will. So me running it shouldn't make much of a difference. I have it on my front bar instead of in the infused bar. It shouldn't make a huge difference as far as overall performance. But if you really want to, you can switch these enchantments and just run them the reverse. Run the Crusher on the back and the increased weapon and spell on the front. Anyhow, infused on the back bar, and then gear, I'm running Symphony of Blades for my monster, everything in Divines, as always. Light Divines for healer. Master Architect is the body piece that I'm running, a 5-piece body. It gives you, for the 5-piece, when you use an ultimate, you and the closest 5 members get Major Slayer for 1 second per 10 ultimates spent, increasing your damage done by 10%. So, super helpful, especially in most raid groups. So, because of the bonus with higher ulti cast, and it's pretty much the same with the Sax Heal, the more you have, the more it lasts for. But the Sax lasts longer. But that's essentially all I'm doing, is just running those two. So Master Architect is found in Halls of Fabrication. Sax Heal is found in Rock Grove. Both are trials. DLC trials at that. But spell damage glyphs on the jewelry with Arcane. You could also do Infused or I think Invigorating. Whatever the Tri-Stat one is. Triune, sorry. For your traits, but personally I just like Arcane better. It gives you a little bit more spell damage from the Max Magicka, helps you with a little bit of more sustain because of the Max Magicka. Just in general, Arcane's better to use for healers. Alright, that's the gear. That's gonna be your main gear, but of course you can always swap out other things like SPC or Rojo, things like that, if you need to for group comp. But not as skills. So obviously running Illustrious Healing in your energy orb. Then I'm also running Lotus Fan because it applies a minor vulnerability for 10 seconds. So that's one route you can have for applying that if you don't have a Warden with the Fetcher Flies in the group. Then I have Sap Essence. So what this does, it's gonna siphon the vigor. So essentially it just drains health from people. and then gives it to you and allies near you. It also gives you major brutality and major sorcery, which is a nice buff to have. And then, of course, your Force Siphon that applies your. It's going to be Siphon Spirit. I don't have morphed yet. Recently just added that and took off a different ability I was using instead. But Force Siphon, morph to Siphon Spirit gives you your minor mag steal and minor life steal. Soul Siphon for the ultimate is a huge heal over time. It also gives a decent little buff to nearby allies. Plus, with the Sax and Master Architect, it's real nice. Then back bar, I have this just because I figured, why not? I wanted to mess around with it. I got my Nightblade cloak, my basic healer altar, refreshing path, the Nightblade ability. That's just a tooltip to help with some speed. Then I also got your blockade of storms and funnel health. So this is just another heal over time. I like it. It seems to work pretty well. But just make sure you get all the passives too. Some of the things in here will help you with your ulti generation and stuff like that. So just always make sure you're getting all of the passives. Oh yeah, that was it. That was the one right there. Casting a Siphon ability gives you 2 ultimate every 4 seconds. It's nice. It's just nice. Always get those. Destruction Staff, Restoration Staff, always try to get the passives. Light Armor, all the passives. Dawned, you want all the passives. All the passives in there, of course. Then Alchemy and Provisioning, you want the passives that extend your food and pot timers. But that in a nutshell is the build. The only thing left is just the Mundus Stone. Currently, I'm running the Thief. No real reason. You could run Ritual or anything, really. Anything that makes whatever you want to do for Mundus. That's just what I'm running. It seems to work pretty well. I just decided I would rather have a little bit more crit than go with like spell damage or something. But all in all, it seems to be working really well. All the normal content, it just breezes through. I haven't taken it into very hard bet content yet, but all the stuff I have done has gone really smoothly. So, but that's the night build, the Nightblade build for healers. Hope it was able to help. And as always, if you have any questions, you can always just leave the questions in the comment section, or just message me in game if you're on Xbox. But have a good one.